Alrighty then, I'll wait for a few to come in, and let's get my slow tablet to work in here. See if it operates for me today. Who knows? I might not have pressed it hard enough. Okay. Hopefully somebody will come in and keep me company. We shall see. Once again, my tablet's a little bit old, a little long in the tooth. RV, how you doing? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm looking at you from my side screen, so if you see me shift my head over in that direction, well, that's why. So wait for the old tablet to pull up. I'm actually operating faster than my tablet can move. So, hope you're doing okay. I'm pretty sure some others will straggle in here a little bit. I'm still waiting on my tablet to wake up. I may have went too fast for it, so I might have to get out of that and just redo it again. All right, let's try it that way. And while that's going on, this is a 16 by 14 inch canvas board. I primed it with black, white, and a sky blue. So it's just a really bluish, just a regular bluish gray, really. Okay, there we go. Come on, wake up there, buddy. The petting I'm going to do shouldn't be too long. Like I say, I'm still waiting for my tablet to gather some steam here. Okay, while it's doing that, I'm just dip into some vegetable glycerin. Now, I work with acrylic paint, as you can see by that sloppiness on the bottom there. Should be on your bottom right. Vegetable glycerin is a lot like, has the consistency of syrup. Okay, so a very little bit will do you quite well. All right. So as you can see by the color shift, I only dip my brush partly in the glycerin, but I'm going to use as much as I can to cover it because you only need an extremely thin amount. Okay. I'm borrowing some, and I'm going to just put it right on over here. I'm pressing down pretty firmly. This brush is my do-all brush, so it can handle a beat down. I've trained it that way. There we go. See, we cover the whole kit and caboodle with a thin amount of the glycerin. So it pays not to overdo the glycerin. Glycerin also is highly reflective. All right. Okay. So, gray is a neutral color. You can pretty much put anything on it. Okay. And it accepts it. All right. And it all depends on the lightness and the darkness of that gray. According to whatever picture you want to do. So, now obviously my tablet is acting really slow. So I'm going to move on to my phone. My phone is just below the tablet. So I'll just operate with that because it will pull up quite quickly. So I'll put this down out the way. Go to my channel. I know that I'm live. I got a little spaceship there. Okay. skip the survey. My phone is just below the tablet, so I'll just operate with it. All right, Kathy's Corner, how are you? Okay, it's good to see you. Chasing America, how are you? And we're gonna get right on. We're gonna get right on to it. So, I guess I'll play around with a little bit of sky color. We'll play around with some sky today. All right. I'm gonna take a palette knife and I'm gonna clean off this disgusting gray and green, whatever. Now the paper is almost like wax paper. It's like half regular typing paper, half wax paper. It's made specifically for what I'm doing. I'm just wiping off some of the disgusting paint that I had on from an earlier project I did. Okay. But this Stay Wet palette and this brand of palette, they make their own paper also. And so that's what you are looking at right there. All right, let's play with a little bit of phthalo blue. I use very simple colors. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what the colors are. Cad red, cad orange. I got yellow ochre. Oh, this is probably burnt umber or raw umber, but it's one of the umbers. Deep purple and phthalo blue. So I'm taking a little phthalo blue and some white. We'll just kind of lighten that up. A little more phthalo blue, a little more titanium white. This is gonna be for our sky, more or less. Okay. And let's essentially let's just get on to it. We'll just kind of get the corners there, and then we'll just kind of mark all that in there like this. Really light. You guys should see me do that. Yes, you do. All right. As long as the lights, there. Okay. And we'll just kind of make it a little plain. Let's put it in there like that. Why not? Just a old plain sky. Just like that. I see the streaks, and don't worry about the streaks. It's all right. All right. So we got that established for some type of sky of some sort. Okay. All right. Let's go into pure phthalo blue for a minute. Let's go on the corners. Do it typical. We'll darken up the corners a little bit. We're gonna come on this side. We do essentially the same thing. Just darken the corners there, and we'll kind of bring it up around here. We'll fade that out. Just like that. Nothing special. Okay, just clean off the brush real quick. If you guys have any questions, feel free. What I would suggest, if you do have questions, is to put them in caps. I can easily see them when they're in caps. Okay. That way I won't glaze over them or anything. Let's take out some of those streak lines. Got a monster size brush here. Okay, and I'm gonna just go in a nice circular motion. I'll do a wide circle pattern. Very light, 3 hairs and some air. And what this does is just take out the paint lines, the brush strokes, smooth everything over a little bit. Very light glaze. And see, it just takes it away. All right. I don't necessarily have to wash this brush at this time. Not yet. Okay. Let's play with a little bit of here. While we're doing this, I'm gonna pop open my tablet while we're doing this. It may act right, it may not. Let's get some, we'll get some cloud play going in there. I'll do it this way. I'll just take a fan brush and I'll just take a little bit of, you know what, let's get a little bit of red this time. And then we're going to our titanium white. Get some pinkish clouds going, why not? Something different today. Okay. So we got a little pink. All right. Let's go way up here. Let's center that a little bit better. Let's put it right about there. All right. And we'll just get some interesting clouds. We'll start right from the right from the middle here. I'm actually operating my tablet, and my tablet seems to want to work well today. We'll see. I'll give it 1 second here. Of course, you know, I got to go through ads on my own site. All right, while it's doing its thing, okay, it is doing it. Now I know I got a little bit of a lag. It's on silent, and once this is kicking on, then I'll take it off the phone here. Okay, we seem to be good. All right, I could take it off my phone, and we'll shut the phone off there. Okay, I'm gonna just take the brush just like this, and I'll just kind of twirl it around. Things are gonna happen. Give it a little press, and you would just kind of twirl it around, move it around, up, move it around, down, move it around all over the place like this. Just kind of play around with it. I'll just make it one continuous thing. Let it fall off your hands, let it stumble, let it do whatever, just like that. Okay, whatever. Some of that blue is getting in there with it. It's okay, just like that. All right. Okay, let's take we'll take a smaller brush. I'll take this guy. Well, I just grab whatever. Okay, so you see what it looks like here. It's just a globby mess. We'll take this fan brush and we'll start kind of fluffing the tops here. Just like that. Very light strokes. I'll keep the intensity of a few and I'll fade out the rest, but I'll go in one direction. I'll go in this direction here. I'll kind of stroke that out that way. Like that, kind of do one of these numbers. Okay. All right. Then I'll just take the bottoms. This is just my choice. I'll just take the bottoms and I'll just kind of fade out the bottom. Still a very light touch, and you can see it happening. Okay, just like that. I'll definitely fade out the bottoms. The bottoms will have something else covering all of this, so it doesn't matter. But as you can see, the more you fade, or the more you use the brush, the more it fades in. Okay, and that's the glycerin that's doing all of that. All right, I'll come here. I'll kind of fade some. There, that way. Like I said, I'll keep the intensity of a few and fade out the rest. Glycerin, once again, is highly reflective. You follow me? Okay, something like that. We're gonna build off that. A little brighter clouds. I'll put the brush on that side. Well, hello. How are you, Miss Inspired by Babies? How you doing, Jen? What are we painting today? That's a very good question. It can go anywhere. I don't know what I'm actually gonna paint, but we're gonna take some straight titanium white. Pull it on the brush. It kind of looks like that. All right. Pretty much do the same thing, but now these clouds, since they're going to be brighter, they will be directly in front of these pinkish fellows here. So I'll just kind of play around like this. Come down. Let's get some more titanium white. I still want the white to be strong. It's contaminated a little bit with that blue, and that's fine. Let's pop one right up in here. Let's go down a little bit with it, go up a little bit with it, like that. Let's get a batch right in there. Oh, something like so. Okay, enough of that. If you want a very simple, effective way to do clouds, have a lot of movement in your clouds, this is definitely the way to do it. One of the varied ways. It's very rare that my clouds are usually the main subject of anything, so. Okay, same type of concept here. We'll have the clouds kind of brush off to one side, one direction there, okay? And I'm picking and choosing, just like that. Keep the intensity. You want them to be known that they're in front, okay? I'll wipe off my brush a little bit and I'll start smoothing things out a little. Down below, I'm gonna heavily blend because I still want even these fellas to kind of fade off. And it all depends on hand pressure. How much of this cloud do you want seen? How much movement do you want on those clouds? Really up to you. I'll go a little crisscross here, kind of smooth all that out. Okay. I'm gonna keep some of the movement and intensity. I'm not gonna directly fade all of that out. Won't be necessary. I like the movement down here on the bottom also. You can actually blend some of these guys right out of there if you're not careful. Okay, it's good to see you, Kathy. Let's put a little more detail into the clouds today. Why not? Let's take a smaller, I'll take a small fan brush. Let's get some more titanium white. I ran out. So I'll put a little more care into the clouds today. I would usually just leave it like that, but let's play it today. Let's show you what a little bit of light and shade will do. Now, funny to say light and shade and we're dealing with clouds, correct? Now, if you do them enough, you kind of pick and choose. You kind of know where you want your light sources to be. All right, now I'm looking to my left. I'm looking at the big screen because at my vantage point, the light is very reflective, so I got to look at the screen. I know where I want to kind of plant the light sources. We're going to keep this pinkish stuff seen, all right? But all of this right in here, we can build up some light right here. We're going to build a little bit of light, probably somewhere around in this area here. But you should really out here, bring it right in front. I'll probably have it curved this way. All right, let's show you how I'm going to do that. Let's take the fan brush. Fan brush back in the day used to be called a fan blender. So, hey Johnny, how are you? And here we go. So we're gonna just take that little tip of paint right there, and right now I'm just gonna guide it right up around in this area. Just a little tap, okay? Just like that. And we'll circle some of that around. Let's get it heavy around in here. And then we'll just keep tapping away. Let it naturally fade out. It's okay. If it fades out, that's fine. I'm just getting a little more still on the tip of the brush, right up around here. We're trying to build a little bright bridge of cloud right up in here. Okay. We'll kind of make it disappear right around in here somewhere. I'm gonna wipe off my brush and we'll just gently kind of, you see this? You see what I'm doing? See, you never thought you can blend with a fan brush, right? You can. I'm just wiping it away, just gently. And the way I'm doing it, I'm going in various circles, okay? Just like that, I'm wiping it. If I got a large beach towel on my lap here, and I'm patting, I'm not really, see, I'm just tapping, just patting it away. I got the intensity there, okay? And I'm just patting it away. Let's bring a little bit of that brightness in there. I'm not destroying the intensity up top. Keep the brightness up top, but we're gonna start fading things away down at the bottom a little bit. I will use my blender brush in a second or two. But basically I'm just building up levels of intensity and brightness. Hey, how you doing, Bruce? It's good to see you. As you notice, Bruce, I have no problems at all when I'm the top dog. But when it wants to be a guest, she acts a little funny. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay. So we build that up. And all I did was really just build up color. Now, vegetable glycerin and water. Be careful because water cuts through vegetable glycerin like a hot knife through butter. Okay, so we've got it all patted in there. We're gonna smooth that. We're gonna keep the intensity, the brightness. All right, but we're gonna mellow out everything else. Once again, I'll go down here. And as you can see, it just starts to kind of fade and mellow out a little bit. Okay, and I'm not gonna completely blend them. Down below here, I will. I'll be a little heavy-handed down here because I want it to kind of blend away. But up here, where it's really Got the intensity, just soften it. That's all. And you see it start to come together, start to work together a little bit there. Okay. And you can still manipulate and move that paint around. Okay. Now that I've got this established, the R in front, I can kind of dial some of this down back here. Just a little bit, just like that. Let's do some more playing with the clouds. Because every time I look at it, there's something else that I want to do, because I see it. So once again, little corner right there. Okay. Maybe a little bit of something kind of right in here. Just like the really wispy kind of stuff like this. Okay. Just something like that. And I'll come in just like, and I'll kind of blend the rest of that away. Just some extra movement. Just like that. And I can build up on that small amount of white. And we kind of just tap some little bit of brightness in there. I'm looking at the right around in here, and we kind of have it fade out. I'm gonna wipe off my brush real quick, and we'll just kind of pat some of that away. I'm keeping the intensity, but I'll just kind of fade and tap away some of that. Let's bring some, wisp some of that in that direction, just like that, and we'll kind of there. We'll have it kind of come down in there like that. And once again, down below, I'll just smooth all of this out really light. It's really depending on you how much of a touch you want. Okay, that's not bad. Let's throw some purple in there. Now when you throw in deeper colors in your clouds, they tend to turn a little stormy on you. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Just be careful. Let's bring some of that down below, just like this. Just a few wisps. It's a different color, still the same technique. We'll bring some of that over here too. We'll sneak a little bit up in there, but pretty much down here. Okay. This is just stuff right on the fly. Something like that. All right. All right. The bestie's heart. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome. Kevin, how you doing? Good to see you, Kevin. It's been a little while. And so, same technique. Okay. I doubt I'll keep a hard edge. We'll see. But I'll fluff it on the top here. Still going pretty much in the same direction. Now this fan brush has a little point to it. The more you're accustomed to doing these, you'll start to see and feel where you see it's got a little point to it there. You'll start to see it and feel how your brush is reacting. Okay, now I choose to go in a circular manner. You don't necessarily have to. All right, but I am building, shaping, and forming as I'm talking to you, as I'm doing this, seeing how it interacts. All right, just like that. Keep some of that movement. My glycerin is still there. All right, I can still manipulate and move the paint around. It's hard or soft as I feel. But as you can see, you got a totally different look with your clouds with that purple added in there. All right. And I'm just manipulating, moving it around. When you keep blending, it fades more and more the more you blend. And it also depends on your hand pressure. So a lot of experimenting, playing around, learning your instrument, seeing what it can and cannot do. So it's just you really just playing around with it, basically. Now, the way it's positioned, okay, with the purple being dominant, even though they're white, bluish white clouds, they're being pushed in the back by that purple. You follow me? Okay. So I am still looking at it here and there. Do some. Now, my room is very warm, so the glycerin will dry. Okay, and remember, if you plan to use vegetable glycerin, keep it light. Keep it light. Keep it light. All right. But it's drying. It's starting to get tacky, which is a good thing. All right. So we got our little bit of purple. We got our little blue clouds. Our clouds going in. We got a little bit of red, pinky clouds in there. So you got a lot of variances in your clouds for right now. I'm debating whether I should put a nice cool looking mountain in there, or should I just go with a field. I think I'm probably going to go more or less with a field. I think I've been doing enough mountains, so we may go with a field. Let's get a small flat brush. I mean a small baby brush, one of these guys. All right, I'm just going to get straight titanium white on the tip of the brush. I'll show it to you down here. I'll show it to you up here. All right. Okay. It's just me playing, but I'm gonna come here and just brighten that up a little bit, just like that, and maybe a little twist of something up in here, just like so. I'm gonna wipe off the rest of the paint off my brush, and right now I'll just kind of tap some of that brightness in there, just like that. Just kind of smooth it out a little bit. Okay, just like that. We'll come down here, we add a little bit of that love here. I'll wipe off my brush and I'll just keep patting away, just like that, just because I really want it toward the top. Let it fade out in the bottom there. It's okay. Wipe off my brush and just keep going, patting away. I could take another brush, any brush with it. I got a baby mop brush, little small fella, and I can go in there very lightly, kind of blend that out, just like that. All right, just like so. Just want more of a glow there. My preference. You don't have to do anything like that if you don't want to. I see another spot I want to add right up in here. A little more white paint though. Just right up in here. Just give me a nice little. And I'm mainly concerned really with the outside edges. Okay, it is my interpretation of the outside edge. Just like that. I'm just building up color in that one spot, and then I'll gently fade away from the bottom. All right, just like that. Just little bits of stuff. Now we got it's nicely cupped. The sunlight's probably coming from over here somewhere. Okay, and then I'll just leave it be. I'm pretty happy with that. All right. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? Well, I can understand if you overthink, but then you start to go with the flow. When you start overthinking, you start to get a little frustrated, then you start to mess up. So try not to overthink too much. All right. I want to fade out some clouds a little bit more than what I'm looking at. Therefore, now it's gentle. I just want to, now the more you blend, okay, the more it's going to subdue into the color, the previous color. And I just want to kind of fade it out in here a little more than what I see. Okay. And that's all I'm doing. The clouds aren't really going anywhere. They're going to change color. but I just want to fade them out, put them more in the background so this guy can pop out a little bit more. That's all. It's just me really just framing those clouds in. Okay. The more you do this, the more you get comfortable with it. And I mean, I can add all sorts of things to this. I can add little bits of brown in here. Just like really minute, slight touches of brown. I can put into the purple up in here. But the more you do stuff like that, the more stormy it looks. So it all depends of what are you really looking for in your clouds. Are you looking for some storms? Are you looking for, you know, the heavens to have an upset stomach? It's really up to you. Okay, I can put some, you know, floating around in some of that brown to float up in there like that. Just, you know, a little bit here and there. You can kind of kid around with it up in here. Okay, like I say, once you start adding brown and purple and you get them dark, stormy gray, it doesn't take long for it to become an entirely different thing. Okay. As you can see, I'm just cupping just below that purple a little bit there. All right, so if you're adding a darker color, put it below your previous stuff. Now I'm gonna fade all of this, don't worry. I'll kind of even tease some of that way up in here, just a little bit. Okay, I'll bring some of that down here. See, if I was gonna put a mountain here, none of this would be done. I wouldn't add the brown at all. And that brown's gonna blend and mix in with the purple that we do have, because remember, the paint is still wet. The surface is still wet. All right, and that's just the glycerin working. All right. The Beastie's Heart, I'd like to thank you for even showing up for this little bit of time. I do appreciate it, but I do understand that morning shift. 6 a.m. comes very fast, but I do appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. And usually I am on live on Wednesdays around 6:30 ish, all depending on what I may have to do or what I have going on. Now remember, this particular fan mop brush does have a point to it, a little bit of a point. So as you can see, I'm just blending that brown in there. The more you blend, the more it blends in, you see. And believe it or not, the more natural it looks. Okay. But you see, this is how you confuse people. They just wonder, how do you mix those colors together? How do you even make brown look appealing in a painting, attractive in a painting? Now look at this. All right. Once again, you're just making it darker. These stand out more, but it's still being pushed back. And it's because of the color. Okay. It's the color that brings this out. So you're working with aerial perspective. Now you're working with depth for the sky. Okay. Alrighty then. I'll see you around. Once again, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Okay. As I'm looking at it here, and I examine it and check it out quite a bit. All right, let's bring this upward here, like right up around in this area. We'll straighten it out there. All right. I can make this even more ominous by introducing, and we're gonna do that because it's just a vision that just popped in my head. Hold on for me for 1 second. Let me get a brush that I can kind of play around with it. We're gonna make it even more ominous. Okay, just below that brown, right up around in this area, right in here. I'll mark it for you. You guys should be able to see that. Let's get it even deeper. Why not? Why not? Let's get a little bit of red. We'll put the red right here. Let's get a phthalo blue. We'll put the phthalo blue in there. Get a pretty deep color there. Just like that. Look at that for a deep color. All right. Okay. Rep in here. Yeah, it's right up in here. Something like that. Just like this. We'll work with the rest of this. All right. I promise. We'll work with the rest. We'll just come up in here. We'll kind of push some of that way. We'll push some of that in here. This. We'll push some of this all up in here like this. This I didn't plan, but I see it in my mind. Okay, that's enough of that. And what I'm doing, I'm just blocking in the area. All the rest comes into blending. Okay. Okay. Same with me, Jen. I don't go to bed till very late. Okay, we're gonna blend this dark right up into that brown. Blend it in there. I'll use X strokes, but we're just gonna blend it in there. Now my paint is becoming tacky, which is great. And I'll just stir this in there. I'll borrow some, but we're gonna stir that in there. And then we'll just kind of press this. Blend that. Spread it out. Press, press, press. Now I can move this paint around and manipulate it any way I want. If I want it more upward, I'll just go upward. Okay. But I'm gonna start to really work it in there. When the paint's tacky, I can be a little heavy-handed. Okay. But I'm just moving this paint in there. Don't worry about the overly dark band. I'll just press that and just blend that out. Just like that. Don't worry about all of that. Some of this is going to be covered by land anyway, so don't fret. Hashtag don't panic. All right. Look at that. Okay. Could it have gotten darker? Sure, but this is good. This is good. Okay. Like I said, I have a large beach towel on my lap, and that's what I'm using to brush off the now I can do that. This is very, very soft, as you can see, but you do have to wash these when you're done. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now with the biggest one. Mop brushes retain a lot of water, so I got 2 buckets, and unless you want to get wet, really squeeze the water. I got a larger bucket down below. I can just, you can probably hear it. I'll just wipe it off real quick. All right. There. And you just let it air dry. Good as new. See that? But it's very important that you would do that with them. You don't want these bristles to get hardened by that paint. It's just bad mojo. All right, let's get some land going here. I already got an idea of what I want to do. I just want to pick a brush that can I'll do it with this. Why not? Okay, this is a size 12 brush. Little. What I kind of like this one. This one's cool. I'll dip it in some water to kind of loosen up these bristles a little bit. Okay. And then I'll just dry it off. But it's a pretty decent brush. Okay. All right, let's get some land going. We'll start off. I'll start off with some of the brown. I'll put it right in here. Look down below with me. I'll get some phthalo blue. Don't got much left. It's all right. Now, umber is a brown with green in it. As you can see, I got a nice, very deep green there. Okay, I'm gonna need some more phthalo blue. I'll block in the area with this darkness. So I'll just get a little more phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is an extremely, extremely strong color. Okay, so be mindful. So I'll get a little more blue, pop it in there like that. Get a little more of that umber, put it in there like that. Okay, that's pretty cool. I might want it a wee bit darker, so we'll get a little bit of red, which is the opposite of that, of any green really. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's frame us some land. Oh, let's go right about here. Make it nice and crooked too. Let's make nice slopey land right there. Okay. All right, and we will block all that in, and we'll just block it in. Just like that. We'll kind of block all that in. Come on here, block it. Just block it in there. And that's all we're doing. We're just blocking in. Now we're getting into composition. This is not the most complex composition in the world. It doesn't have to be for an effective painting. Okay. And I'll get some more. A little bit more. And we'll just kind of pop it in there. And like I said, I'm just blocking in stuff. That's the glycerin moving around. Okay. So don't be so concerned about making it super pretty right about this stage, because you're just blocking in the area of what you want, you know, to be moved around. I'm getting some phthalo blue. I'm going to get some purple in that phthalo blue. Now I'll go into the umber. I work with a very, very small color palette on purpose. Okay, now let's take that darker color. Let's go down below, right down here. You're going to establish depth. Even in the blocking in stage, you'll establish depth in here. Okay. Look at that. Fade it right in there. This is what the glycerin does for you. It just blends so wonderfully. Now, glycerin, once again, it prolongs the drying time of your acrylic paint. And I use heavy body acrylic paint. I must repeat that. All right. The reason why I do use heavy body acrylic paint, because one, it reminds me of oil paint. I used to be an oil painter, and it has the consistency of oil paint. All right. Okay. Nobody has any questions for me. That's okay. I won't take it personal. Okay. I'll stop playing with you guys. All right. We're going to take the same brush. Let's go into some orange. We'll put the orange right here. We're going to the opposite of orange on the color wheel, which is blue. We'll put the blue right there. So we got a little bit of orange. Got a little bit of blue. Okay. There. Now we're going to go right into this previous color, that deep color there. Get a little bit of red, because the red dye that down a little bit. There we go, just like so. Okay, you see how you can mix all sorts of greens together? Okay, let's take this brush. I'm opening the brush, which is why I'm pouncing. Okay, all right. The brush pretty much looks like that. Okay. Everything's all in a sense of scale right now. That should do. Let's go up in here and let's just play. We're going to play. Just make some trees in there like that. And just make a big glob of trees. Different sizes. Right up in here. Okay. And that's all I'm doing. Just making different sizes, different heights of trees. Make a nice grouping of them. Some are taller, like that. Don't overthink it. Put them in there. It's all right. Pound them right in there. Just like that. Put some in there like that. I'm going to narrow my brush a little bit, so we get some thin ones in there. Put one about that high, right up in there like this. See, you change the heights on them. Come down here, add some foliage. Pop in another one. Can you guys see me do this? Yes, you guys can. All right. Just want to make sure they're at varying heights. We'll put a nice lengthy one up here. We'll kind of cover all that in like that. Okay. Don't worry about all of that. Blend it in. Don't worry about all of that. Put it right in there. Okay. Let's take our blender brush. We'll go for the flatter one, and we'll just kind of blend that. Not up into the trees, but just down below here. Just blend all this in. Blend it in with that blue. Just blend it right in there. Just like that. Just blend that. That's good. Okay, let's play with these trees a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'll take a fan brush. We're going to water down some paint. Now be careful at this stage, because remember what I said about get a little bit of white. Now I'm getting a little bit of white, and I'm getting some yellow ochre. Put the yellow ochre in there. Be careful about water and glycerin. Wipes it away like a hot knife through butter. The reason why I'm adding water is going to thin the paint, and all you need really basically is a very light touch, so just be careful. All right, let's start from over here, and we'll just use kind of the corner, and we'll just kind of give it a little playful tap here, just like that. Little playful taps. Do some interesting little groupings. Okay, just like that. And we're going to come here, we're going to do the same thing with this guy. Light taps. Interesting little groupings in there. You want to kind of give it a little push on some of these if you want. Up to you. I'll kind of keep it around in this area. Let's add a little excitement to these fellas in here. And pop some of that in there like that. Get some pockets of color going. Just like this. I'll come in here on the side and kind of, actually let's get some more on the side, and we'll kind of tap in a few things there. These guys are in the back, and you'll realize that in a second or two. Just like that, and kind of, yeah, we'll keep it pretty much over here, stuck over here on this side, like that. Looks like a little messy thing there, but hold on for a second. Don't count me out yet. Don't count me out yet. We're going to take this and soften it right up there. Look at that. I'm just wiping off my brush. Okay. And I'm just touching softly. Remember, it's got water on here, so it's a little. You see this? See that? I can go up as high as I want to blur it out a little bit. Okay. All right. Hey, Madonna, how are you? I seen you pop on there. It's good to see you, Madonna. All right, we're gonna work this. We're gonna work this here, just like that. Work it right in there. Work it right in there. I'll keep it kind of dark on that side. Okay. Let's take the very same fan brush. Let's go more into our green here, and we'll put the green into our yellow ochre just a little bit. Okay. Now with this, we'll keep it kind of over here on this side like that, and we'll just kind of pop in some nice grass patterns in there. Just a few. Skip. I'm just tapping in there just like this. Pop in a few there. Thin it out here a little bit. We'll bring some of that out here a little further, like that. Little patches there. Just like so. Now I'm already establishing where that light source is. See? Just like that. All right. Let's get cute. Let's get a little bit of red. Put the red in there. Okay, now if you notice, look at my brush. You See, it's got partly red, partly green in it. Huh? All right. Let's go here, and we'll continue that love right here with some red grass there. Look at that. If you press a little hard, you got the green on the bottom, red on the top. See that? See? Just like that. Pop it, some of that in there like this. Get a couple of them straying in there a little bit, but you kind of just gonna build that up a little. Just like that. We're not done yet with the color. This is something you guys don't normally see me do much of. I know. Okay, watch this. Fantastic. Hello. Okay, let's go into our phthalo blue here. We'll put the phthalo blue, and we'll put it right here, right by that red. We'll put the red further down on the brush here. I'll wipe some of that away. So we got red and we got the blue together. But look at the brush. Look at the brush. See that? Okay. Okay. We're gonna take that and we're gonna come over here on this side and do the same thing with that red and blue. Just like that. Pop it in there. We're gonna get some interesting groupings here. We're gonna build that up right up around here. Let's turn that around. Put some up in here, down below here. Just like that. Gather it in there. Go back. Add some more. Now watch what I'm gonna do with this. You guys can do this. You guys can do this. Now this paint is wet, still got a little bit of glycerin in it, but watch what happens. Watch this. Let's take just the tip of this fan brush, we'll dab a little white in there. Just on the tips. Okay. Now watch what happens when you start adding this stuff. It's gonna change color on you. The more you tap, it's gonna start turning blue. See this? Just tap away. Keep tapping away. It's gonna turn blue. See that? That nice subtlety. So it'll start off bright in it, but as you keep building up with it, it turns blue and you go back over it. Go back over it. Brings that blue right in there. See that? See that? If you don't want it as intense, keep tapping. Everything's about light and shade. Okay. So if you don't want it as intense, just keep tapping. The white will be soaked in with that blue. Okay. And mix some of that in there with the brighter green. Incorporate some of that in there. See? Okay. Mix it right in there. Let's adjust the focus real quick here. Okay. Alrighty. We're not done yet. We're gonna keep the party going here. Let's go into our yellow ochre. A little bit of yellow ochre. I'll just play around with the yellow ochre right here. Let's get a small amount of white into the yellow ochre right in here. Just brighten up the yellow ochre a pinch. Okie dokie. We'll put some little yellow bits in there like this. Very sparse, just in there like that. Put a couple of those in here like this. Let's go over here and just wake this up a little bit with some of that ochre, just like that. Because you know the sunlight's over here, so we're gonna kind of give everybody a little hint. This is where it gets bright at here. especially here in this corner. Okay, I'll pop some of that in there. Give a nice strong kind of little kind of borderline there. Something like so. Okay. And we'll give a couple little nudges over in here. Have it kind of try to escape a few little bits in there like that. Yeah. Just a few. Still not done. Still not done. Let's water up some let's get some blue right here. We'll kind of put it right there. Get some white. Brighten it up. Get some water. Just be careful. This is kind of a gentle dance what I'm about to do. So this is a bravery test. Okay, in this dark area, let's get some bluebells. Just kind of flicker that bright paint there. You got to be careful of how much water to paint ratio, because you don't want it to really run. All right, but you want it, you know, thick enough to where it sticks. There we go. I think you guys are close enough to see me do this, yes. So we throw in some bluebells in there. Just like that. Get a nice little batch. Bring some of them bluebells over here. All right. Pop some here. Out here. Hey, a little character out there. But really. And I can always wipe those away if I think it's too much. Just like that. All right. See how it's starting to look here? Okay. All right. Yeah, he did do that one time as a puppy. Yeah, he wiped him out. Yeah. What he used to do as a puppy, even when he was older, for some reason he would get I like Twix. And I like what are they called? Not Snickers, it's the other one with the peanuts in them. I think it's Snickers maybe. But somehow, oh no, the whatchamacallit candy bars. I love whatchamacallit candy bars. I used to buy the big store brand, right? Now chocolate isn't good for dogs at all, but this fool somehow would manipulate his lips and suck the chocolate out the wrapper, and yet the wrapper still retains its shape. And then he would sit down like he didn't do anything. I go to grab the wrapper and it crinkles. And I look at him and he just turns and looks the other way. This bastard, this dog. But yeah, he did that to me on a routine basis. He's done that to me. Let's get let's still mess with the fan brush. Let's get a little more white. Let's put it into this green. We're gonna get some water. Really kind of. Now I want you to look at something. Now it's upside down for you guys, but very gently. See those strokes there? See those? We're gonna get a lot of that going back here. Just be careful. Tiny strokes, tiny. Let's start up here. Just very tiny. Now you can take a script liner and do the same thing. But you want, at this vantage point, you want groupings. Okay, that's all. And remember, if it appears to be too bright, you got to remember this stuff gets dark. All right. So just be mindful. We'll put a couple of those right in here. The sunlight is aggressive. It's trying to, you know, really get in there. But we're not gonna let it. It only gets to go so far. Okay. Just like that. Pop a few of them in there. But it's really, we'll continue that little frame of landscaping right in there. And we'll kind of give a couple of little bits right in there. Just a few of them. Just like that. Just a couple of them. Hey, what's going on, Billy? And then I wipe off the paint off the brush, and I'm just gonna tap so it's not so blatant. So I'm just tapping some of that color down just a little bit. Just like so. Just a little bit. All right. And you can rub and fade some of those right into the dark grass there. You see that? Once again, have no fear. All right. Pretty neat. I think we can really benefit with what I have not done in quite some time, and that is a tree. Why not? Let's put a nice deciduous tree in there. This is all about placement now. Where am I going to place this guy? Can I place him out here in the sunlight and keep everything more or less to that side? I most certainly can. Okay, will it ruin the look of the painting? Not really. Can I put it pretty much over here on this side going out that way? Yes, I can. As a matter of fact, it might look to go that way. It will be a tree that's pretty much dark going in the direction toward the light. Okay, it'd be a thicker tree which pushes all of this back. All right. Okay, so hey, Sweet Stacks, how are you doing? Okay, let's do that. Let's go with a little bit of purple. We'll put the purple and we'll put it right here. We'll go a little bit of this ochre. We'll put it right up in there like this. Okay. I'm gonna go with red. Put the red in there. Go with our deep blue in all of this. Okay, mix it red in there. I'm using a 1/2-inch brush for this, in case you're wondering. Okay, fairly dark, no glycerin at this stage. All right, where am I going to put this fellow? Well, let's play with him right up around in this area right in here. Right up around in here. He's going right off the page. He's going to be a nice sized guy right up in here like this. Okay. Just like that. Big fella. We'll branch him out right around in here. He's going to be pretty dark. Put him in there. We're going to get all sorts of shading patterns and stuff, but he has to be silhouetted fairly dark. Okay. Now, if you're going to have something this size in the front of your painting, he probably will be the most detailed thing too. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. For all intents and purposes, he's a ragged old guy too. I like the way that looks. I'm gonna spread him out a little bit, right up around here. Spread him right out, just like that. Make him grow a little bit there, just like so. Put him in there, just like that. All right. Yeah, that's his kind of fella I'm looking for. Big joker right there. Yep. Okay, I thought she made your day and gave you a lollipop when you were done. From the way you were writing it. I'm like, aren't you too old to get one of those red circular lollipops? I was wondering where you were going with this story, Billy. You had me nervous. Hashtag Billy stories sometimes make me panic. Good to see you though. Hope everything went well at the dentist, because I know it can be kind of an experience. All right, so we got our tree here going on, doing this tree thing. All right, Now, how are you going to detail a dark tree? Yeah, you shall see. You shall see. It's actually one great big monster tree trunk, but we're gonna have fun with this guy. I'm just looking. I don't want to really. Now, the tree, just by its long, slender trunk, will be fine. I really don't want to branch anything out from it. I don't think it needs it, and if I was to do it, it would just branch out this way. And I'm debating. Maybe you guys will let me know. Should I have a trunk branch that way or not? Let me know. Write me back. Don't everybody speak at once. And while you guys are deciding that, I'm going to take my palette knife and we're going to clean up some of this sludge. Now, once again, the paper obviously will stain, but there won't be any paint. Okay. There. I do have a handy tissue at the side here. Okay, we're gonna mix up some batch of fun here. Somebody rang me. Oh, it's Jessica. Okay. You were editing your wood comment. Yes, I think it would look good. Well, while you guys are giving me a decision, I'm going to start working on the tree. Let's take some umber. Very simple mix here. Take a little bit of the umber. Take a slight touch of this white. You pop it in with the umber. It's going to give it a gray-brown mix. Okay, now it's got a little bit of blue in it, and that's fine. But there you go. Something like that. All right. Let's play around with that. As a matter of fact, I might want it a tad deeper, because we're going to go different levels with the tree. The tree's got to be pretty detailed, so I'm going in with more dark color. I'm not going to completely blend that. Let's give it a little swipe across. I got a plastic knife, just a little plastic knife, a little roll of color there. Let's come up to the tree here. I will probably zoom in just a little bit on the tree. It's going to come out of focus a tad, but we'll bring it back. We'll bring it right there, right about there. I'll tap the focus real fast here. All right, brings it in focus. Okay, let's play with the tree. Now I'm gonna take this roll of paint here, and now I can either tap or I can drag. It really doesn't, my preference really. We'll just kind of give it a little tap. We'll do both. We'll do a tap drag here, just like this, and we'll kind of come around with this fella. I can borrow some here and just drag it around. And we're gonna play with light and shade and all of that. But right now we're just getting a general color for this fella. Yep, you guys can see that. Good. I'm gonna come around, kind of make it kind of circle-like up in here. Okay, I'll just switch hands here for a second. Right up in here, come on around, turn it. Little U formations there. Get a little closer on that side. I'm gonna look and see how far the camera is before I have to turn it. Oh no, I'm doing pretty good. All right, that's no problem. Now, you see me putting the bark on the tree. This is not the final color. We are gonna play. We're gonna have some fun with this fella. Let's go down right about here. Okay. Take my paint, thin it out, give it a nice little swipe across, just like that. And we'll, yep, you guys can see it. And I'm just gonna tap and drag. You see how it breaks up here? I'll borrow some from here, or bring it down and around. I'll borrow some here, just like that, and bring it here. Okay. Borrow some more. Let's come. Yep, you guys can see it. Come on down, right up around in here. We're gonna have some fun with this guy. Now the key to doing this, and you see I'm using a plastic knife. I'm not using the Bob Ross special there. Just a little toy knife here. See, it doesn't matter the instrument you use. It's just how you use the instrument there. Okay, just like that. Let's borrow some more from up here. This is called painting lazy. I'm just borrowing a little bit. And this is basically the general color of the tree. How can I borrow? How can I borrow from up here? It's still somewhat wet. And, you know, you don't really need too much. Come on here. Play around with it in here. Just gonna curve that and bring it around in here like that. Now remember, if it appears to be bright, you gotta give it a chance to dry. And I'm just borrowing a few bits and pieces, just like that. Come on around in here. All right. Well, there you go. Now remember, the light is actually coming from the left. Okay. All right. Let's take a little bit of blue. Spread that blue out like that. We're gonna take a little bit of red, just a small bit. And we're gonna put that in and make a nice deep maroon. Just like that. Just keep. Now, our palette knife is excellent for mixing your color. Every swipe changes the color. You see. Okay. I think I'll work with this. Okay. On the far edge of the tree. We'll go from the bottom, since I'm already working from the bottom. Okay, and we'll just, now remember, you've got texture here already, so you don't have to go as hard. And in the trees, you know, its root, its base color is dark. Okay, okay. So we're gonna come here from that, and we're just gonna go around, just like that. I'll borrow some from here. And we're gonna just go on around, get that nice little darkness to yonder tree, just like that. Just have fun with it. We're gonna add some of that love right in here. Come on down with it, just like that. See, you instantly make your roots of the tree. See that? Just like so. All right, all right. Let's move on up. We're gonna go in reverse. Take my blue, thin it out. I need more. So I'm getting a little more red. That's not enough red. Let's move this back. Put some red down. There we go. Get a little bit of blue. Make it nice and maroon. Mix it a few times. Thin it out, just like that. Okay. Swipe across. Get that little bead of paint there. All right. You guys are paying attention, right? Okay. Right from here. Little tap some color. Go on around. Just like that. And I'll keep it moving. Just like that. You want it really on one side than the other. Alright. Alright, let's move on up the tree. Alright, let's get some more. I don't think I've done too many vines in my trees. Oh, let me explain what I'm doing here. Besides wiping a palette knife across the bark there. The texture, the previous texture is taking the paint off. You're just deforming. Okay. Let your palette knife do all the heavy lifting. Okay. But that's what's going on. And we're going to do the same exact technique, but for the lid area. Bring it around here. I think we're good. All I'll rip some off from over there, put it right there like that. Okay. So, as you can see, get the dark area of the tree there. All right. Okie dokie. Let's do something mildly cool. Mildly cool. Let's once again play with this orange. Okay, let's wipe some of this away. Wipe it away on my towel here. Let's get some orange. Let's bring that orange right across. Get a little bit of white. Put it in there. Mix it. Now, because of the stained paper, it's going to turn green. I'll try to save some of that. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to turn green because of the stained paper. We're going to see what it looks like real quick here. It's a little much. Let's thin it out some more. Really, really thin it out there. All right. And we're going to go across. Let's see what this looks like. Just a couple of taps. Right here on the outside of the tree. Have to be a little, well, no, I might be able to get away with that. Yeah, I think we'll get away with that. Let's see, we might be able to. And if not, see, I have to check it out when it dries. Start to dry up a little bit. Nope, I'll use this, but no, we got to go much brighter. Let's bring this down. But I can take advantage of this, so I can take advantage of it. So not all is lost. You may encounter something like this on your paintings where, you know, something might not kind of pan out the way you want it to, but it's okay. Watch what I'm going to do here. I'll just continue on with it, but we're going to get brighter. Okay. Really have it pop. Once again, this is pretty much the centerpiece of this guy. Okay. And we'll take it and we'll curve it around like this and bring it around. Wow. Last night I went to McDonald's, ordered the 2 fish for $5 or $6, whatever it was, and I ordered 2 fries. Obviously, you know, I'm buying for somebody else too. But what happens? They give me the 2 fish, but 1 fry. I already paid for it. I went through the drive-thru. I'm not going to go all the way back. You know how often that happens? Man, talk about, you know, really upsetting somebody. There we go. Add some of that love in there. Maybe not there though. I don't want it there. I can bring that dark back. Just get it out of there. There. All right, we're gonna go way lighter. And what I'm going to do, I can't use this because it's stained. So I'm going to take my little bit of orange. Take my orange. All right. Take a little bit of the titanium white. I'm mixing it on a coffee lid, but I'll show you this. Oh, I like that. I wish I should actually be able to use that. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do here. Okay. We'll just put the coffee lid right here. You guys still see that? All right. That's the color I'm looking for. Okay. All right. Now, the brighter the highlight, the less of it you need. I'm gonna go a little bit past that trunk. Oh, of course. I started at the top, not the bottom, right around in here. Let's straighten that up a little bit, right there. Okay, let's have some fun with this fella. Bring it right on around. Bring it around a little bit there. Just like that. All right. Let's go further down. These are a lot of fun to do. Take another swipe across. Be very gentle. Okay. Go a little bit past your tree. He's past the bark of the tree. Come on around. Some of it will come all the way around the tree. Some of it will not. Okay. Little swipe across again. Now, aesthetically, it brings this tree way out in front. That's basically the main purpose of me doing this. And the brighter you have that subject, the further back everything else is back there. Okay. Very light, very light. Come right up on the top end there. I can sneak some of that maybe over here. Maybe. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little swipe. Just like that. Oh. Yeah. What I was explaining was that. Just a little swipe. Yeah. All right. I have to Milli Vanilli that one. Sorry, guys. All right. This time for the final bit, we're gonna, well, almost final. We're not gonna use much of this orange. There's no real need for it anywhere on this painting, but what you see. So I'm going to get rid of this orange in my handy towel here. Let's shade the dark half. Oh man, that's not a lunch if it didn't land on your shirt. What kind of lunch is that? We're gonna get a little bit of purple. Why not? Let's use some purple. Let's use some of that sky color down there. Okay, I'm gonna put it. We're gonna put it right here. All right, we're gonna get a little bit of titanium white. Put it right in there like that. So let's mix that, just like that. You don't have to necessarily have one solid color for this. Okay. Get cut across. We're gonna put some refracted light on the other side. Okay, I don't want it to look like a radioactive tree or anything, but very little bit. We'll start right from the bottom and a slight touch. Give it a slight touch, just like that. Okay. And I'll just kind of tap it up the tree until it tends to run out, and then I'll just kind of drag a little bit of that. And what I'm doing, I'm just taking the paint that's already on there, and I'll drag that paint a little bit. Come on around in here. Okay. And you just kind of drag it, let it break a little bit. Come on around here, drag a little bit of that there. Let's take some from right there and add it over here, like so. Okay. Now remember, this stuff gets darker. Okay. All right. Let's go on up the tree here. Right about there. All right. Once again, we'll swipe across. All right. A little bead of paint. Let's go up here. I'll just kind of tap it along here. I'll bring it across. There. Get another swipe across. That's a little too much. Okay. Just like that. I have to look and see what the heck I'm doing. It's very... Let me make sure I get out of you guys' way. I think we're good. I think we're good here. I think we're good. All right. Let's pull back. You'll see what the tree looks like totally. focus on it. That's what she's looking like so far. Okay, there we go. Alrighty then, we're like 98% done with this piece. Let's get a script liner and some water. We're going to the water. We'll go right back here. Look down below here. All right, we're going to go into our yellow ochre. We'll put the yellow ochre with that water right in there like that. Get plenty of water. So we got yellow ochre. We get a little bit of touch of blue. You see that green? It makes instantly, right? We need to brighten that green up a little bit. A little bit of white. We'll come over here with the white. So we'll pick a little corner of that green and we'll brighten it up. Just like that. Now add water. Gotta add plenty of water. You need your paint to almost an inky consistency at this point. That should be fine. All right, let's go down in here somewhere. So let's come all the way down like that. Okay, so let's get a patch of greenery right up in here. You can always kind of flick some of that right down in here like this. All right, like that. Get some more, and we'll kind of get some nice size ones in there like this. There we go. Okay. Let's bring some of that love over here. Get a nice little patch in there like this. Okay. Like that. Get some more water. Need it really watery. Okay. We'll put some bigger ones going this way. Come that way, bend it a little bit like that. It's good to do these in clumps. Little patchy clumps here and there. Actually, let's kind of bring them down here toward the bottom here. Extend those a little bit. I want them kind of down here like that, so I'll do them real slow. Thick ones down in there like this. And we'll kind of put one here and come here and put one. I'm going a little slower because I want the bigger ones there. All right. All right. Get some more water. We're almost through here. Almost. Come here like that, like this. All right. Oh, I guess if we get some little placement. It's all about placement, really. Let's get one kind of curving, coming downward like that. All right. Right in here, come on down like that. And we'll kind of bring one here. Stop. Thick. Come down like that. There, a little dagger there. And then we'll kind of bring some out like this. Come on down there like that. Get a little more white there, a little brighter, a little stronger whitish green. A little water. And we'll kind of accent that a little bit, a little brighter there. Your preference, you don't have to add all of this. It's up to you, really. And we'll come down this way like this and bring it downward. Bring it downward. That needs a little more water. It's okay. A little thick there. And we'll add some kind of highlights to these fellas right up in here. Maybe a couple in there. If it's too thick, wipe it away. It's all right. Wipe it away, wipe it away. You'll be all right. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes that happens. Don't worry. Just like that. Pop in some here. Pop in some bright ones kind of catching there. This. Yeah, a little something there. A little bit of that there. All right. Now for the final part. Slap a name on it. I thank you guys for watching. Even for some of the newbies, hopefully you'll catch this replay. And I appreciate you guys coming in and watching today. Pop my signature in here real quick. There we go. All right, let's take the paint off. Let's take the tape off real fast here. We can get rid of the palette. Don't need the palette. We can seal that up. Okay. As a matter of fact, hold on for me. Bear with me 1 second, and I'll expand this. Because right now you're looking at a really chopped view of that. All right, there you go. Okay, you really don't need to see my face either, so. All right, and here we go. We'll center that, we'll bring it right here. We'll put a focus on it and we'll bring it back. And back, and back, and back. I think that should do it for you right about there. Let's see. I think right about here. I'll put it back in focus. I know it's not in focus yet. There we go. Alrighty then. Let's peel the tape off of this thing. This is my personal preference to have tape. Thank you, RV. Appreciate it. You don't have to really add tape to your work if you don't want to. This is an 14 by 16 inch canvas board. It's my preference to have the tape. It looks professional looking to me. Okay. You don't have to have tape if you don't want to. All right, and well, there you go, guys. There you have it. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Inspired. I know I wanted to do a landscape, but I really didn't want to do the typical mountain thing because I think I did that for next week's premiere, and I did a few mountain paintings already. So I really didn't want to do it that way. Do one like that. Let's see here. Yeah, I think she's about as straight as I'm gonna get it. As you can see, it's still wet. All right, you're looking at the light hit the glycerin, but pretty much there you go. Yeah. You know, I got our little trees in the background back there. I could have went deeper and darker with the trees, but it's not. You know, it's really not the focus. Actually, the main focus really would be those clouds and the way they're formed. But the way I position the tree and the way I have the land dark going into light, you know, where the light's hitting here, but it's not overly bright. Okay. But, you know, every painting should kind of tell a story, okay? And, well, this is my story. And once again, I do appreciate you guys for watching. The next time I'm on will be Monday. Anything else, if I'm live again, it will be pretty much on the whim, unplanned. But yeah, the next time I'll be on it should be Monday. I'll be in the chat room and all that good stuff. But once again, everybody, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I shall see you guys when I see you. Please be safe. Take care. And no, I will not sell the tape sleeve stacks. I'll donate it to Chrissy Canvas Art. She seems to like that tape stuff. Peace, guys. Thank you very much. The picture will be up